Hello, the Astroflower family. Welcome back to the Astroflower channel. This is going to be a general reading followed by a sign in clarification of a general reading for July. So if you're already part of the Astroflower family, welcome. We do appreciate your support. So that's the overall energy that's gone down. Ace of Swords. This goes in line with what's been going on with my energies in regards to my healing over the last sort of week. I've done 50 hours of healing over the last week. It's been amazing. A little bit drained, but it's okay. I've been channeling that energy all the time and it's been absolutely fantastic. Met some absolutely beautiful people down in Provence, and I do thank you for being there. I will be having some healing sessions in the UK. If you want to get involved in that, well, there will be a link some point in the description below. Let's get on to the general reading. So this is a general reading for what's going on for everybody in the human race, as it were, over the next month of July. And we're going to be tying it into the Astroflower. So we've got in the center here, we've got the Ace of Swords. It's going from a transition from fire energy, internal fire energy, to internal air energy. So we're moving from the passion of the instant, of the now, and moving into the calculative mental side of tomorrow. That's what seems to be happening. Let's just get an overall feeling of the general vibration, what's going on with the human race. If you've been watching the weeklies, if you're part of the Astroflower family already and you've been watching the weeklies, I've been talking about these waves that have been coming through, and there's different ones for fixed, mutables and cardinals, and we can see these waves, but because everybody's involved in this, it's almost like there's several waves going on at the same time. Okay, so it seems like choppy waters. Now, choppy waters, for anyone who sails or who knows anything about the sea, choppy waters are two things. Basically, it's about what you're sailing above, what the seabed's like. If it's very smooth, it tends to be very consistent. If it's very rocky underneath, you can get a lot of choppy waters, but also it's got to do with the wind as well. So, and the other thing we can notice coming through, which you might be able to see, which I will put here, yeah, is that earth that we can see that comes through in this section here, but it's also coming through in this section here, and it is playing into here, which is going to move across, and this earth as well is moving across. So it's giving a certain constructive logic to the future. Let's just see what's going on the overall energy. Cutting the chaff from the wheat, cutting out the fat, cutting out the cancer on life, because we're going through cancer season. But it is a little bit like that. So, and they're not massive operations here. There's a lot of small ones, and I think that's what that choppy water is all about. It's sort of saying here that it could be a collective thing. So we might all of a sudden realise that we don't actually need money to live. And we might just be able to get along. That could well be it. That's a massive realization in the human race. But it could be actually a realization of kind of going, maybe we need to reevaluate how we use the energy of the earth. That could well be it on that sort of scale of sort of petrol and electricity and everything like that. It could also be very simple things like sort of the way we treat our neighbours, the way we treat our community, our friends and our family. And develop that sort of side of life. So it could be these little things, but on a personal level, and this is where we're going to go into the readings of the individual signs at the end of this general reading. So if you're watching this on an Aries, it'd be for Aries at the end, you'll see. Yeah. So it could be on a personal level. There's another thing that's coming through as well, is with these victories, will make the masks drop. So this could be, as I say, on a collective level, but it also could be from people that are around you or situations that are around you. So it could be, say, like how a local business is really, not treating the local environment very well. And that may be that mask that falls down. that sort of thing. It's like, you know, let's take an extreme example. We could say it's like a vegan restaurant serving beef. You know what I mean? It's that sort of thing, and people thinking, oh, it's a really nice restaurant and everything like that. It's really tasty, and I don't eat beef anyway, so I wouldn't know if beef is tasty. I haven't eaten it in 30 odd years. But anyway, yeah, so, you know, it could be that sort of thing. So it's a mask coming down. So here we go. We got the relationship side, and then here we got the financial sort of side. These are the karmic messages for according to both sides, and this is the overall outcome for the month. So let's just go through here. Let's just get an overall reading. So it's a general sort of reading. I think on this side, certainly on the relationship side, let's just do the karmic message first. True value. That's what it seems to be. Aha. Okay, so stepping through a portal, celebration, a realization of what is real value. That is what is going to be happening. That's our understanding this month. That's what we got to understand this month. The true value of things. And this is on the relationship side. So it's a true value of those relationships that are around you. Let's just see how the universe is trying to sort of influence us. It's almost as if I think the universe is trying to make us understand that we're a planet that's attached to a sun, which is got lots of planets around it, so it acts like a cell, and that cell is in a bigger part of the body, could be like an organ, like the liver, whatever, and then that liver is obviously within a being, which we might call the big kahuna, or the big cheese, or dog in opposite. So, you know, it depends on what you call it, but I think it's a realization of being part of something that's much more putting us in balance and in harmony with the universe that is around us in an emotional sort of sense. This is looking up to be a really nice month actually for us, for everybody, you know, as a collective sort of thing. It's really quite nice. So let's just see how the it's almost like as our ancestors are trying to sort of influence, like the human race that's been before us, that we've all been incarnated at some point in, how we're trying to advise our future self in a way. That's what it's trying to do on a physical sort of level within our relationships. Active, be involved, be part of it. Don't be stuck. That's what they're trying to get us unstuck. Maybe they're trying to get us unstuck to, a system that is just sort of like, swallowing us up collectively. That could well be it. It could be getting us unstuck from a narrative that's being shoved down our throats. This could be on an individual level as much as on a global or national level. So that's what the our ancient guides, our ancestors are trying to influence us as a going forward. Okay, on this side here, this is how our ancestors are trying to influence the here and now. So really getting involved in what they've put into place over those generations before us to get to this situation where we are living at the moment. Open up. Be open to relationships. Be open to the community. Be open to saying hello to your neighbour, asking them if they need anything, or asking them to help you with something. Open up, I think. Judgment. This is really nice as well. So this is all about sort of ascending to something far greater, which is a great possibility within the human race. We have that. If you go into, let's say, caves around the world and you see cave drawings, you're never going to see, not of my knowledge, someone might know, so if they do know, put them in the comments below. I'd like to see it. But you never see cave paintings of humans fighting humans. It didn't exist. Why didn't it exist? Maybe we didn't have the bear to poke or the man to make, the man to pay. That could well be it. So I think this is, the human race here within regards to relationships and etc. has got a real opportunity to step out of that narrative or that paradigm that we've been in for years and generations and generations. And I think this is what the ancestors are trying to tell us as well. It ties in beautifully with those constant small victories and that new thing. And this is a real mental card. So this is pushing through to the future as we move into Leo by the end of the month, where we're going to get a lot more of that cardinal air coming in, which will be coming in right down this section here from Libra, which is this card here as well, which will be really influencing at the beginning of the month, the beginning of July. That's where the Libra energy is, and it moves over here. And as it moves over here, this is where we go through that portal now going forward. Let's just have a look what's going on the financial sort of side. Now, this is obviously very complicated for everybody. There's lots of things tied into it, various geopolitical sort of things, economical things, philosophical sort of things. But on an individual basis, we've all been through a tough time over the last sort of 2 or 3 years. And that may be weighing on us and sort of playing on our minds, as it were. Let's just see how the overall energy is going on for that. Let's see what's going on that side of things. I think this is more to do with the masks. As I said earlier on, the mask coming down. And it seems to be like history is going to bring down those masks. So all of a sudden, I think there's going to be maybe a case of realizations where we're going to realize, oh, what we've been told may not necessarily be the truth. I think that's going to be the case. That's what it looks like. So let's have a look what the karmic message is going on here. Accounts. Time to do the accounts. Time to draw the bottom line and see what's what. And that's what it seems to be. Sun, happiness, liberation. And that's what the bottom line's all about in the regards to finances. When you do your accounts and you draw that bottom line and then you say exactly how much money you've got, you can feel like let's say in your business or in your job or whatever, at the end of the month, you've got that money and you kind of think, yeah, I can now do things with it. And I think this is what this is realizing here. With the accounts, we can walk away from certain aspects and walk towards other aspects. And the Eight of Cups, she's walking away from that one cup and she's walking towards the sun. So I think this is what the karmic message is financially for us collectively. We've got to walk away from an old way of doing things, do the accounts, find out where all the money's gone and see who owes what and everything like that, and put everything squarely on the table so then we can all collectively move on and construct something a little bit more sort of solid and maybe even fair and and honest. Let's just see how the universe is guiding us here. It's like a wave. It's like a wave washing. It's like a tidal wave. It's like a tsunami, sort of saying, yeah, it's blowing out the cobwebs, all of that sort of thing. Oh, the Eight of Cups. I was just speaking to that. How mad is that? How mad is that? That's great. That is great. So she is walking away from that cup and she's walking towards the sun, which is over here. So, our karmic mission this month is really to sort of start enjoying the idea of our power of understanding and having control over our financial system and not allowing it to be governed by hissy fits around the world. This is our children's lives we're playing with here, people. And I think it's about time we grew up and started taking account for the situation. That's really good. So, the universe is, it's that wave. So let's just see what's going on the, how the ancestors are trying to, our past selves are trying to influence this moment on a physical sort of sense, with, on a physical sort of sense. Clean up your own backyard. I don't know if you know that Elvis Presley song. Clean up your backyard. Don't you try to... Anyway, not the rest of the words, but he talks about the idea of sort of make sure your own backyard is clean before you start complaining about the others. That's basically what it is. And it's sort of saying it's time to put to work clean up your own backyard. Being at one with who you are, I think, financially, being content with doing things. If you've got a company that is ruining people, animals, nature, then maybe it's a kind of sort of saying, okay, now I'm going to be one with myself. I'm not going to go to that business. I'm not going to get involved in that business. We have a lot more control than we actually realize. Once we realize that whole sun, it's going to be brilliant. Let's just say you didn't agree with a political a company that does, let's say, I don't know, fast foods, which you normally go to, and you didn't like the way they did their policy. In that case, and the way they treat our children, and the way they treat our society. In that case, why don't you just go and buy some meat and start, or go and buy some vegetables and do your own veggie burgers or your meat burgers, whatever. I'm not going to ram anything down anybody's throat. But it's like that. And then that'll encourage that whole sort of community side of things. I think this is where, once we get together with ourselves and realize the power that we actually do have in our hands to take control of our financial situation on an individual level. Now that is really important. If you do it on an individual level, the collective will almost look out for itself. And I think this is the realization, and this is maybe what we've got to walk away from. That whole idea that the collective is running the show or running us individually. I think this is going to be a bit of a light bulb moment for everybody. Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence that in a way of mental sort of stuff and thinking and etc. Because you know, we're going to be moving on at the end of the month. We're going to be moving on where we're going to have water and earth going through here. Oh no, it's going to be earth and water, sorry, going through here. And with that earth and water, it's a very, very productive time. So once this wave has come through from the universe to get rid of all the stuff that we don't need, or that is actually being detrimental to the idea of the evolution of the human, and we start living our better selves individually through the idea of this could be brilliant, this could be such a beautiful place. Once we do that, I think on this side here, I think it's going to be very productive. So let's just see what's going on here. It's working together. It's understanding that this world wasn't built by one person, okay? And I'm not talking about the planet, I'm talking about the human aspect of it, yeah? You need to work with other people, it's, you know. So, yeah, so stop fighting. It's gonna, you know, the Five of Wands can be all about sort of fighting and conflict. But here I think it's a case of the individuals we need to stop fighting. And as individuals, we need to reach for our higher self. That's what we need to do within the financial world. And walk away from that lonesome cup that kept us hypnotized for so long, for generations and generations. And I think the old ancestors are coming in and wanting to actually do this. Let's see what the overall outcome is for July. Absolutely blinding reading. This is really reflecting on all those healings I did this week as well. Absolutely amazing. Anything is possible until you place it against reality. So I could build a mansion. I could build a massive house with a lake and everything like that. But do I have the resources to make that? Probably not. I definitely don't actually. But then therefore, automatically, the idea of building that mansion stays a bit of a dream, could well come true in time, but at this present time, in reality, it is not feasible. So basically, it's now getting on and doing things that are possible rather than trying to running around after butterflies or dreams that are not going to come true, that keep us distracted from life. Yeah. Being centered within us, knowing our place within reality. And yeah, there is people who are not going to like it to start with, but they will come round because they will see the benefits of it all. Once we as individuals start applying ourselves to this future, okay? And I really do think that July is a pivoting point. June has been really hectic. I don't know about you guys. It's been an amazing month. Really has been an amazing month. It's been an amazing year so far. But which we've done the readings on June as well, which you can see, and also for 2022, which you can see somewhere in the in our videos on our channel. If you're subscribed, obviously, you'd be easy to be able to find them, and that's one way of helping. Spread the message. Sharing this video on Facebook and stuff like that is helping you, actually. Is helping progress the collective, helping progress us as individuals to evolve and move on from what we've been living. So share this video far and wide, because this seems to be a really important message, and it's got to get out there. It's got to get out there for us. So we're going to be now pulling on your individual signs. And you will be getting 3 cards. How we interact with this whole message on the relationship side, on the financial side, and the overall energies. We're probably going to pull a card for the going future forward section as well. So so stay with us and for that. In the meantime, don't forget, please subscribe, click that bell. It really does help us out. Okay, so straight off the bat. Hello Pisces, how you doing? Let's just go through your July session. See what's going on for you for the month of July. It's got to be said, I've done all the readings now. You're actually the last one I'm doing, but every single sign has had their reason or their position or their particular way of contributing to this transition that we seem to be going through at the moment in the collective. And everybody has their part to play in a very specific way, which is really good. We'll have to see how yours sort of plays out in this. Let's just sort of see the overall sort of energy coming up for you. You're fully on into your spring period of your year. So in this month of July. So basically after your birthday, you've started planting up some stuff. And now in the spring period, that's when you're going to see life really sort of taking form and taking shape. So through you, you're definitely getting shape and form. It's almost as if you're already in that new paradigm, because you've done a lot of work, Pisces. If you've been following the Astroflower, you would have known this. And I thank you for that. If you want to follow the Astroflower, it's very simple. You just need to subscribe and click that bell to get notifications for all future readings. So springtime, let's take the analogy that we're planting an allotment, and there's some plants that are not growing, and so you're going through kind of going, okay, there's too many carrots there, I need to thin out the carrots, so you've got to eat the baby carrots, it's always nice. Thinning out basically the things, seeing what's worth it, what's not worth it. So we're not using this, throw this away, or put that in the compost. This is working, nurture that. So it seems to be, you seem to be the person you seem to be the sign that is in a position where you're deciding what we're going to use going forward and what we're not going to use going forward in the collective. That seems to be on your shoulders here, which is quite nice. This is, you're very connected to birth and death, Pisces. It's those two fish, as it were, that dual aspect to it. Let's just see what's going on the relationship side. It's a real desire to live the best summer you could possibly imagine, or live the best winter, obviously, if you're in the southern hemisphere. But it's almost as if, like, It's almost reminiscing in a way, sort of kind of going, I want it to be like this. I want it to be pure joy like this. That's what it sort of seems to be. Temperance. Yeah, patience. Temperance as well is all to do with rhythm. You know, it's got 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on the land. And, you know, they're playing with those 2 cups, which is opposite as well. It's that whole rhythm of the land and the water, the 2 cups. It's getting into that motion, as it were. And it's that joyful aspect that Pisces has within them. You know, when you're infused and joyous, there's no sign that's more joyful than Pisces when they're fully on into their joy. And I think this is what it's all about. It's that rhythm of getting life towards that sun. So it's encouraging this part here through the unification of the rhythm, basically. So getting everybody on the same rhythm. And so you're going through that journey. So that's the whole idea of patience as well. And as we go through the relationship, so this got on a personal sort of side within your couple, it could be that you are being the very inventive one, exploring new avenues, encouraging your partner to explore new avenues. Or this could be with your family, friends, or your community that is around you, just trying to, you know, dip in and out, of trying to encourage movement and a slow progression towards the happiness of summer. And that's what seems to be your role in the relationship sort of side. Sorry, I've got a bit of a hoarse voice at the moment. I did 50 hours of healing last week down in the Provence region in France with a sort of healing centre we have going on down there. And I did that 50 hours in 5 days. It was amazing, absolutely amazing time. Really loved it. Hugely emotional. Great to meet people face to face and doing healings and working on auras directly. It was absolute joy, but it's given me a bit of a hoarse voice. So I do apologise for that. Excuse me while I just have a bit of tea. Let's get on to the money side of life and see how that's playing out. Business and what have you. You're multitasking here. You seem to be doing huge amounts of things at the same time. You're a bit of a workaholic. You do like working, especially if you enjoy it, and especially if you think it's worth it. And that could be worth it financially, or it could be worth it in the way of fulfilling. It really doesn't matter. But as long as it works and it's success and it's happy and it's you know, like a shining example in a way. So even though there was a unification going on with the understanding about, you know, having a lot more sort of power and control over our financial destiny, it's almost as if like you're fanning those fires of desire and making the flames dance. That's what it seems to be. It seems to be embroiling your job or your business or the economy around you or projects with enthusiasm, basically. Strength. Being that wind, that air, that sort of, I know you're not air, you're water more than anything else, because you're pure water, but it's being that sort of, that strength of keeping those flames going, keeping things moving on, keeping things progressing. We're going through a transition period, people, and we need to get the fires stoked. And this is what you seem to be bringing to the party here. And it's that constant that you'll give, that determination that you can have. You know, a fish going upstream, there's nothing going to stop it, not even waterfalls. You know, it's amazing, a fish in its journey of the salmon going up the river. And this is very, very Pisces. And you can be like that. And your determination to get up to the top of the river, to beat that river, is really important. And I think it's a time to be strong within your financial world at the moment and assertive in your job or in your business and stuff like that. It's a good month for that. You know, work hard but play hard, you know, and be patient and wait for the relationships to sort of, you know, flower, as it were. Let's see what the overall energy is going for you here. Productive. Things got to move on. Things got to be done. And you're very quick. You're very bright and breezy, as it were. I think springtime for you is a really good period. You do enjoy it because it reminds you of your birth. So, you know, because you're born in spring period in the northern hemisphere. Obviously, in the southern hemisphere, it is the autumn period. But you've got that enthusiasm within you at the moment, and it's that zippy, go happy, you know, go lucky sort of like the Seven of Swords. Do you know what? Everybody's had the Seven of Swords, I think. Literally everybody's having the Seven of Swords. I can't believe it's not actually come out in the other ones. But on the clarifications, everyone's had the Seven of Swords. And it's with that bright and zippy energy that you've got, it is being really smart and being able to and take that position really quickly, you know. But the best thing about fish as well is that they can swim together. They can clan together. And protecting through the individual, they protect the collective. And I think this is where you're using that intelligence. And this is what I'm saying about sort of saying, we don't want to use this in the future. This is getting put in the compost. We're going to use this. And this is what the Seven of Swords is about. It's taking away the arms from another army that's going to be invading your town. So then they've no longer got arms to fight the battle with. So then therefore the war's over. And that's what the playing smart's all about. And I think that'll suit you down to the ground because you're very bright and frisky as a sign, Pisces. And that breeds a lot of intelligence. Once you put into the fact that you are actually a pure sign, I think it's your intelligence which is going to, about situations, about the emotions of life, about how people sit and be. I think that intelligence there is going to give a lot of direction to everybody, to the society that is around us. And I think that's what you're saying here with that Seven of Swords. You're giving direction to the world around you. Let's just see what's going on the overall energy as it plays out. Fish are very sensitive, yeah? They're used in water systems. So like you've got the water going into our local town here and they use, all the water goes through a tank where they have fish in it. And if obviously the fish have a problem, they know before they're a very good test to see the quality of water basically. And I think this is what you're about. This is your intelligence here. And, you know, it's that whole sensitive aspect of it that gives you that sort of speed and dynamic aspect to you. And you can see this real positive future within, not only within you, but within your couple, within your business, within your job, or within the family. And you want to strive for it. It's like you're really, you're putting a stake in the ground and saying, no, this is how we should be. You know, Seven of Pentacles, nurturing that future. Look at this. You've got the Seven of Swords, Seven of Wands, Seven of Pentacles. Is there another seven about? No. But within this whole sort of directional sort of thing, it is a moment of, that's nurturing, that's paused, that's, you know, that's taking away, as it were. It's putting things on pause. It's having that intelligence to have that selection moment. And this is what you seem to be doing. As I was saying, as a, you know, the Seven of Pentacles is nurturing. So it's nurturing the things that are possible. And I think that's the benefits you're going to be bringing to the world. that whole idea of sort of saying this courgette plant is not working, it's not growing, there's no point planting it out in the field. Put it back into the compost. So only, you know, a real sort of selection sort of thing going on here. And that's the role that you can play within the society that is around you and play within your life. Be very selective this month. Okay, Pisces? If you're already part of the Astroflower family, thank you very much for being part of the Astroflower family. And your support is much, much appreciated. Sharing this video is really important because YouTube is not supporting us at the moment. Don't know why. I don't think I've done anything wrong, or we've done anything wrong. But just doesn't seem to be supporting us at the moment. I love YouTube. I really do. I think it's a fantastic platform. I think it's got great potential, and I think it's got a great place in our future collective, because it's a great place to express ourselves, and it'd be really nice to be part of that, as you know, that future. So if you want to support us on this channel, it's very simple. You just need to subscribe. Just click on it now. It won't cost you anything, and then click on that bell so you get notifications of for new videos coming out. And obviously sharing, liking, and even giving us your comments, seeing what you say, what you think about July, see how it's going. Okay, it would be much, much appreciated. In the meantime, Pisces, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.